He said, people who have had threesomes, how was it? Besides my buddy busting on my shoulder, it was fun. That's the most such shit I've ever heard in my fucking life, bro. What the fuck? This is not a threesome. This is a train. Okay? Trains are kind of gay. This right. Well, you bring it up every time you're in a social situation, so we think you liked it. I can't stop him before I read the previous story. I'm the only one that gets this joke. I came on my buddy's shoulder. He didn't like it. Added a couple comments trying to figure out this happened. Buddy was laying on the floor. Chick was riding him in reverse cowgirl. I'm standing up and she's blowing me. I lasted all of like 14 seconds. It wasn't long enough to count as a threesome for them to start ejaculating in this woman's mouth. She moans. My dick pops out mid evacuation. That's crazy. And one shot goes over his shoulder, lands him down on his shoulder. I walk away and lead him to it. He powered through and had his fun. Later on, she said, thanks for coming on me, douchebag. Now, anytime we meet up in a social setting, he tells everyone I came on his shoulder. Wow. This guy said friendly fire. That's crazy. It was fun. I was the other girl with an insanely hot, older male-female couple. I figured I was bisexual, cute, single, and 25. Might as well enjoy it. We met a few times and it was educational for me. However, it soon became clear the couple was doing this to try to save their crumbling marriage. When they started putting their relationship drama on, called it quits. Friend of mine, bi females, had threesome. She said the same thing. She was the unicorn for this couple, and while it was fun at first, they wanted to make it a regular arrangement. It became obvious that the relationship was in the toilet. And her last gasp injects some excitement to try and save the relationship activity. She said that during sex, not a good vibe. I need to share the story with my best friends in the Army. Turns out very autistic. One of the guys in their platoon was bragging on a Monday that he'd had threesome over the weekend. The entire platoon was gathered around to ask him questions, tell their own stories. My friend says, I don't understand how a threesome would work. You have one penis. Everyone talk through the various scenarios of what could happen in a threesome. He goes, sounds like a lot. I think I would have sex. I think I would just have sex with the better looking one and then have the other one make us all sandwiches. This is truly one of the best moments of my life. Cold-blooded. Okay, so let's see here. You said you hear about Lil Tay making $1 million off her OnlyFans once she turned 18. Yes, bro, I heard about that, and I can give you my opinion on that. I'll give you my opinion. What's your opinion on it? I think that good for her, man. Make money off of these simp ass guys. Good for her. Good for her. Shit's not changing anytime soon. Guys are continuously still spending money. Guys have their entire mentality fucked up, bro. It's entirely fucked up. That's why when I say stuff like this, I'm really telling you like what's happening in life, man. I'm not like a Lil Tay can make $1 million because there are guys that still don't know how to question where society is right now. How does a Lil Tay make $1 million off of OnlyFans? It's not just because it's too simple to say it's simps out there. No, we got to look at the programming. We got to look at the social programming that has happened to all of the men in this fucking world to make them want to do this type of shit. We got to think about the fucking social conventions that support this type of shit. We got to think about the social conventions that are in play for men who don't have sexual access, why they feel comfortable doing some shit like this. Like we don't want to have these conversations because the answers to it are the complete opposite. As above, so below. No, it's fucking reverse, bro. As above is not so below. Like it's reverse. What you're told the answer is actually the fucking opposite. That's really the truth behind it. And I learned this through trading. The best example, and this is life, bro. Let me show you real quick. We're gonna go to Bitcoin, bro. Let's go to Bitcoin. Everyone loves Bitcoin. Aiden Ross talked about how he lost the opportunity to make $40 million. He lost the opportunity to make $40 million because he sold his Bitcoin at like $40,000. He sold his Bitcoin when it like in like 2023 when it was like around when it hit like this right here. It like hit around this area. He sold all of his Bitcoin, and now Bitcoin's at $120,000. He sold when he should have bought, right? He sold his Bitcoin when he should have bought Bitcoin. The opposite. When you see the market crashing down, it's because society, the fucking institutions are trying to program fear into your mind so that you can cash out. and other people can buy your assets at a cheaper price. Because what you're supposed to, what you feel like you're supposed to do, the true answer is the opposite. You feel like you're supposed to be the nice guy. You feel like you're supposed to discipline these chicks. You feel like you're supposed to do the exact fucking opposite. You're supposed to let these girls do what they want to do. You're supposed to be the bad guy for these girls. You give the girls the excuse to be a bad girl. I cannot tell you how many girls, good girls, that I've given them the opportunity to do some public shit. They would never have done it on their own. If you were to just suggest to them, hey, let's go do some public shit, they'd be like, ew, no. You gotta put it in her mind that it's comfortable, that it's your choice. She has to feel like you're the reason that this is happening. Just because she's a good girl, because she did, doesn't mean you don't want to do this shit. Long story short, bro. Let me get back on track. You said you're neutral on it. Like, I can't respect that type of work, but she is valid for taking advantage of publicity. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I think that, like, personally, bro, I would do it. I would actually love to get into, and I plan on doing it later down the road in my life, man. I definitely will monetize my sexuality because it's something that's already gonna happen. And so, I'm like, man, it's like drinking water. If I can get paid to drink water, then shit, yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? And it's fun. I think having sex is fun and doing sexual things. Now back to the threesome thing though. There's several different ways that you have threesomes. I think threesomes and just multiple partners are it's interesting because it's a huge dynamic. It's not just you guys are having sex. You can make it just you guys having sex, but you can make it you tease one. One chick may like to see you please the other girl. There may be a situation where there is a chick that's just not as attractive as the other one. It's most likely, almost always kind of like the situation. There's almost always going to be a more attractive person within the threesome like scenario. I'm never doing it with a guy. Like, first and foremost, that's not a threesome. That's a train. Let's get that. Maybe Gen Z, maybe you guys think a little bit differently because it's a little bit more acceptable. But I'm not having another dude fucking bust on my shoulder. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What in the pause, bro? That's like, what the fuck, bro? I think that I think some of the better relationships are when you do have a girl that, like, you two are in a relationship and she likes girls and you guys want to bring another girl into your relationship. I think that's the better one. When you're just kind of just sleeping with some friends, it's fun. It's super fun. That shit's fun. If you got a girl and she wants to bring her best friend in to have sex with you too, that shit's fun. It's just a fun, good time. But unfortunately, it's not too consistent. Not as consistent as you having a girlfriend already and then you guys go get another girl. That in my personal opinion is the better situation. It's the more consistent and it's a bit fun. It's definitely fun. You can do a lot more experimentation and stuff like that. And you can kind of do a little age play, right? Like, you can have you can have an older girl, you can have a younger girl together, so you can get best of both worlds. Versus, two similarly looking friends, on a one-off hot night. I think that's kind of fun, but I don't know, bro. This one's kind of released. It kind of introduced two women I was casually dating to each other for threesome. Instead, I was left out, and they both realized they prefer women. They were nervous about breaking the news to me, but I just laughed and gave them my blessings, and because I was so chill, I became their token straight buddy. We were inseparable. And after work or school, you'd always find me at their place just lounging on the couch playing their Wii. We for sure had a weird dynamic. They were so comfortable. They'd walk around naked around me and we shower together and even cuddle in a pile to watch movies. But I never had sex with either and never attempted it anymore either. However, one played hoop and the other one played soccer. And after every game, they'd invite their teammates over to their place to chill and have drinks. Got to meet a lot of girls. A lot of them were gay and bi-curious, but also straight ones. And a lot of these girls would invite their friends as well. My two friends vouched for me, which gave me a good and safe reputation amongst their circle. And if one of their teammates or their friends wanted some one-time D without dealing with any hassle or judgments, my friends would just hook me up. I slept with a bunch of girls that way. Most of them were straight friends of teammates, but also some bi girls and even a few lesbian girls. Don't get me wrong, it was awesome, but also a bit weird because some of the girls just kept repeating that they want to fuck me, but are absolutely not attracted to me. Another example of the fucking opposite, bro. This is it. This is what I be trying to tell people. This is the answer. This is the answer. It's the opposite. Reverse psychology is a real fucking thing. Also, when we went out to gay parties or bars and we all had drinks, but some of the girls didn't find anyone to hook up they liked, but were still horny, they just take me home with them. I wasn't some great looking dude either. I genuinely believe it's because my friends vouched for me, and me actively not trying to prey on them at their gatherings made me feel so safe and comfortable that they didn't care. Someone even joked that I was a walking dildo. Too long, don't read. My lesbian friends pimped me out to their teammates and friends. That's a great situation. This guy got to experience what a lot of people, this fucking Andrew Tate, fucking Myron Gaines, Fresh and Fit, all these red pill guys say, oh, you shouldn't be friends with girls. That's so stupid. That is so stupid. Being friends with girls is a great thing. You can have such access to, like what this guy is saying. When you have certain friends that are girls, when you got, especially a pretty girl, it's okay. You should. Every guy needs to have one or two really pretty girls that they don't sleep with. You're literally strictly friends. But in being friends, that doesn't mean you pay for every fucking thing for you guys to go out. That's not a friend. You're being used, right? You guys actually gotta be friends. And you can have access to things like this. I've had similar situations, not in his scenario. He had a great long-term type of situation. It was kind of weird, honestly. That was kind of weird. You introduce two girls that you're talking to, and then they end up liking each other and kick you out, but then they introduce you to a wider pool of girls. That's great, man. That's actually really good. But that goes back to the social validation aspect of a lot of sexual interactions and sexual attraction. It's all about that validation. A lot of validation. Sexual experiences is really a social thing. It's a very social thing. So for a lot of people that are sitting behind computer screens that don't really go out and stuff like that, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities because it's not just dating apps and shit like that. Yes, you can have some good experiences on dating apps and shit like that, but the best and the most continuous and the most consistent types of sexual encounters are always in social groups. Always in social groups. There's just no beating it. Groups of 7, 8 girls. You become friends with one of them. You guys just all go hang out and drink and shit like that. You're gonna sleep with 3 or 4 of them. Like it's just going to happen. It's going to happen, man. But anyways, that's cool. But Lil Tay, I'm gonna be honest, man. I think people are exaggerating. I think that she most definitely made content before she was 18. And so, you're watching a quote unquote minor, but she was 17. And I mean, like, I don't care, man. If you are legal age, I don't care. That's my personal opinion on it. Some people are like, oh my God, you're sicko for being attracted to an 18-year-old. How? Like, honestly, how? Why is that weird? Why is it weird to be attracted to an 18-year-old, but why is it not weird to be attracted to a 48-year-old? Why? Because you say so? Because society says so? The law doesn't say so. So where are we getting at? You can enlist in the army at 18. You're of legal age at 18. In countries in Europe, you can buy liquor at 18. You're not a minor at 18. You were a minor last year, 17, but you're not a minor at 18. In society, we allow reverse pedophilia. We allow reverse pedophilia. Pedophilia, for the most part, is men liking younger women. Notice I didn't say underage. I said younger women. You can be labeled a fucking pedophile for liking younger women. You can be 19, dating a 17-year-old. Pedophile. Hang him by his feet. Castrate him. He's 19. Oh, my God. But we don't turn our heads when we see a 28-year-old sleeping with a 16-year-old. Nope. Nope. We don't turn our heads when it's a 40-year-old fucking around with an 18-year-old. Nope. A lot of you guys who were in high school wanted to sleep with your teachers. How about that? Reverse pedophilia. But who am I? They don't want to hear it.